What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of the MCU. So, after the huge reveal that Marvel Studios did on their YouTube channel, it has accumulated 275 million live stream views, one of the most productive marketing campaigns ever. And the more you think about it, it is actually really clever, one of the most clever marketing campaigns in history. Because even if you didn't want to know about it, everyone was talking about it. It was trending. It was very successful. And Marvel hasn't even revealed everyone yet. Now, I'm not saying this because certain articles have come out about this. It's because from a narrative standpoint, it doesn't actually make sense that they've not listed some very important characters. Also, the alleged original idea for what was going to take place after KANG Dynasty has recently been revealed. So in this video, we're going to go over some pretty interesting details. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. You could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below. How excited are you for Marvel's Thunderbolts? It looks absolutely freaking fire. Also, careful for spoilers. I don't want to ruin your movie-going experience, but it looks like 3, 2, 1. Robert Downey Jr. is 100% in the Fantastic Four movie, and Chris Evans is in the movie as well. They're gonna set up what? That's gonna be freaking interesting. Very interesting, seeing as Chris Evans, Captain America, went back with the stones. Did he? At the end of Endgame, and all of a sudden he's going to appear in the movie just before Avengers Doomsday comes out. So, also check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. So, firstly, Avengers: The KANG Dynasty plot has been revealed. Doctor Doom was set to be the multi-saga big bad. I mean, I call hyperbole. I still believe that Doctor Doom was always going to appear. So recently, now we have gone over this in much greater detail. It does appear that it was like a 35-minute video that we did. It does appear that most of that information turned out to be actually true. So according to the internet, this movie was going to take place with separate Avengers teams set out to battle Immortus, Sanctorium, Ramata, and the 3 KANG variants teased at the end of Quantumania. However, the KANG variant was going to return from the Beyond verse in the third act to take revenge against his doppelganger who became He Who Remains. Now, this is going to be the biggest L in Marvel Cinematic Universe, cinematic universe history ever. Kang needs to return. Jonathan Majors Kang, put him in the movie. Even if you're just going to massacre all the Kangs, put him in the movie. Even if the Council of Kangs are going to be wiped out. Now, it goes on to say, it's unclear what would happen from here, headed into Avengers Secret Wars, but with history repeating itself and the multiverse once again destroyed, we've heard surviving heroes from several different realities were set to battle the Beyonder in the Void. Now, what I also find interesting here is a lot of the negative crowd always go on about how multiversal stories are not very good. But then if you look at the highest grossing movies since Endgame, they are all multiversal stories. Deadpool and Wolverine. Spider-Man No Way Home. Multiverse of Madness. So answer me this question, lads. If no one, and ladettes, if nobody likes multiversal stories, why have they grossed the highest since Avengers Endgame? And thus far, No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine are some of the biggest movies ever. So it said that Doctor Doom was never a part of Marvel Studios' original plan for the 2-part multiversal saga finale. Instead, he and others were to be revealed as being amongst those removed from the timeline by Kang to ensure they could thrive. However, once those variants have been defeated, Doom was teased as the evil they were trying to keep at bay with their actions. Now, I do find this kind of funny. Because allegedly, according to the information going around for Doctor Doom and Secret Wars, Doctor Doom is really annoyed and blames Kang. Yeah, in this storyline, they were just, trying to subdue and trying to keep him away. So it goes on to say, now we're getting the aftermath of basically what would have happened in the next saga, but with Doom at the forefront instead of Kang, mixed in with a couple of ideas from previous scripts. Now, what I find funny about all these so-called Hollywood inside scoopers and inside sources is instantly, as soon as a massive reveal that Marvel Studios did with a live stream a few days ago, all of a sudden now they have 25 different stories to come out with that they could have came out with before, but they didn't. So had things played out differently, Doom was set out to be the Mutant Saga big bad. Lightly had a lot more screen time before debuting. It's always interesting to think about what might have been, but it's doubtful that Loveness and Waldron were the right people to pull the ambitious story off. Interesting. While Loki did a great job of setting the stage for Kang, many regular moviegoers don't watch the MCU TV shows, so relying on the Ant-Man threequel to get people interested enough in seeing all those Kang variants to go to war, well, that's going to be a big ask. It's interesting because it's like you're coming out with this information now, and all these people coming out saying stuff, oh yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Why did you not say this before the huge reveal? Because no one actually knew until some random person came out with it. Then all of a sudden, everyone knew about it. It's what I find funny is people in the so-called Scooper game knew nothing and then all of a sudden knew everything. So everyone seems to assume the following. Okay, so Avengers Doomsday is in production, but it's not filming. What I find interesting is they're filming inside sound stage studio. They're filming indoors. So how are these alleged scoopers that hide stuff behind paywalls finding out this information? They're still building sets. They would still building sets even if they started shooting, because they're going to be shooting this movie for at least 3 to 5 months. Filming only starts in April. Oh, why? Are you saying this? Your narrative is right. They still don't have a finalized script. Interesting. Well, there is improv in every single movie. So I know with the writing guild, there does have to be a solidly set in stone script. Sure, bro, I get that. But to say that they've already started to reveal cast members and they're already in production, but they're not shooting, and to say that they haven't revealed the whole cast because of reasons, I find this hard to believe. Now, if this was actually said before the big reveal, I might have believed it. And then you've got people coming out saying many of the actors haven't finalized their contracts yet for the Avengers Doomsday, hence why the announcements was only half of them. And I'll reveal who said this one because they are quite credible and they're my boy. So the Geeky Cast, Chad Ryan said this. Many actors haven't finalized their contracts yet for Avengers Doomsday, hence why the announcement was only half of them. I'm sorry to say this, Geeky Cast. I think you're capping. I think this is absolute nonsense, lad. Absolute nonsense. So, I know they did a big reveal for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, but when does a studio generally announce the full cast outside of the main actors? They don't generally, do they? So, are you right? I don't know. I'm no scooper. I just like to talk about stuff that's going around the internet and what I think you guys will like. But I think this is absolutely freaking nonsense. But at least the Geeky Cast didn't type out and tweet himself that the story isn't finished yet. Interesting. Now, we have CinemaCon coming up this week. Are they going to say some stuff about Avengers Doomsday? Well, before that big live stream reveal, I would have said 100% no. But seeing as they have Thunderbolts coming out in just over a month, and then they have Fantastic Four coming out in the summer. Yeah, I think they may say something about Doomsday. So they didn't reveal half the cast because people haven't signed on yet. Even if they have signed on, no Marvel actor is getting access to this script anyway. That's kind of why I don't believe any of this hyperbole, this nonsense, because you get stuff like this. Marvel only revealed the Avengers Doomsday cast from announced projects. So Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man weren't included. Doesn't mean they're not in the movie, but their roles are still a mystery. Anyone that gets access to this movie, they're not getting the script. Outside of Robert Downey Jr., we know other people will be in this movie. We know Monica Rambeau is stuck in the same universe as Binary and Beast, so we know she's going to have a massive part to play. Whether this is actually going to be the X-Men versus the Avengers movie, I think this is being blown out of proportion massively. But like I've always said, lads, I will cover stuff and I will give you my opinion. Is the script 100% locked in to the point where they won't rewrite and change things? No, because Marvel always changes things here and there. Do they have like over the 80% of the script most likely locked in? Sure. But it is interesting how much nonsense all these scoopers and wannabe insiders who aren't even scoopers say. And most of you guys kind of think they're oracles and think they're monarchs and think they're gods. I'd love to know why you guys think these scoopers that are very uncredible are credible. And let me know down below, guys. And like always, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.